Hi guys! Beating legendary in the squad battles is rather hard, so I kinda wanted to create a video and discuss what are the best ways to go about beating the AI. So it's important to have the proper tactics both in your team and your players individually. And I thought that it would be nice to create a video and kinda show you how to approach a game of squad battles in the legendary AI difficulty, because it can be frustrating, and if you don't do the proper setup, if you don't have the proper preparation with your team, you may very easily end up losing a game that you could have otherwise won. You may be skilled enough, but not having the proper tactics will cost you. So I kind of like to play with a 4-3-1-2 system. Obviously you could choose another one. Using CDMs as well is a good choice again. There are multiple systems that are useful in FIFA 18. I do like to go with this one, but I changed my custom tactics, and I also adapt my players' style, really, the way they mark, and that's very important. And I'm gonna show you what I mean by that. So let's examine the player instructions first, which are super important. So let's see how I'm setting up my players here. It is important to set up your defense in a way so that your defenders are actually staying on the back while attacking. So they won't really try to overlap, they won't try to attack with the rest of the team. They will stay back and keep their position, because the legendary AI is very good at counter-attacking, and they tend to rather cheat with their players. Their players are faster, they're stronger, they're better, regardless of what players you have actually bought. They will still feel sluggier, they will be worse. So it's important to have men in the back to make sure that you are properly defending. So always have your two backs, your left back and your right back, stay back with the rest of the team, with the rest of the defense. Likewise, I like to pick two of my midfielders to stay on the back again. I like to pick Mata and Fernandinho in this case, and let my Pedro, my right winger, who is playing as a CM in this case, still continue with attacking. So you see that he's actually attacking support with a balanced attack. So he's gonna be helping my attackers really, but my other two midfielders are gonna be staying on the back, helping with the defense. And this means that I will be always defending with at least 6 players in my defense, even when the opponent will counter-attack. And so my Dembele is gonna be supporting my attack, and one of the most important things, I don't really change anything for Dembele, but my strikers, and that's one of the very important things, need to be getting behind the opponent's defense. And it's important for them to be rather fast, so it's good to be using some pacey players here. I'm using Jesus here, for example, as you see, in Gray, who are very pacey. So always use the getting behind style of play for attacking runs, because this will help you with breaking your opponent's attack. And in my next video, the next one I will be making after this, I'm gonna be showcasing actual games in order to show you what I mean exactly by that, and how I'm intending to play, and what am I doing on the pitch, which I think is gonna be helpful for you. But yeah, this is what you need to be doing. Have your defenders staying on the back, and your midfielders also helping with the defense by also staying in the back. You could also have one midfielder, if you want, as I do here, actually helping with the attack. So actually you do have 4 players in the attack all the time, and obviously you could be still using L1 to instruct your midfielders to join the attack as well. As far as the custom tactics are concerned, there is really 2 things that are very important here. The first thing is the speed in build-up play. This metric actually shows how fast your strikers will be trying to get in behind the defensive line. And this is very important, especially against legendary, because the opponent AI is actually really fast. So you need to instruct your players to use the top speed. This is super important. If you use something like 60, they're gonna be kinda slow, and you will notice that you will never have enough space to exploit. So you actually want to be using a high value here. And in terms of pressure, you really want to be using a low value instead, and this will make sure, something like 20 as I'm using here, and this will make sure that your defenders are not really trying to press high up the pitch and lose their position, so they will be keeping solid in the backline. And that's super important, because against the legendary AI you really don't want to leave a lot of space behind and lose your position with your defenders. It's super important. You can also copy the other values, they are not super important, just make sure that you use higher values in chance creation. You may want to go for a little bit higher passing instead of 65 that I'm using here, and a bit less crossing, because crosses have been a little bit nerfed after the latest patch. So yeah, use something like that, and always be using freeform for positioning. It's better to confuse your opponent actually. That's pretty much it. Let's try that, and I'm pretty sure you will do better, especially speed and pressure. Make sure that you change these values. Thank you for watching, guys. Please remember to like the video and subscribe. This will help me with creating more and more videos and tutorials about FIFA 18. Make sure that you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!